What's going on, you guys? Slim here at Nationals 2022. You already know my brother Asian Persuasion, and we're here with top 64 competitor. What's your name and what you play?
Alright, so my name is Kyle. I played Punk THERION. I don't like comboing and drawing bricks, so fuck Punk Synchro.
Awesome, awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, deck's crazy. Before you get into it though, do you have any shout outs?
Oh yeah, so shout out Micah, Salas, Amaru, my boy Chanel, all my boyos around.
Let's go, all the boyos.
All of SAC in NorCal. And shout out to God, man.
Absolutely. Awesome, man. All right, let's see it.
Alright, so we played 12 Punks, the 3 Zay, 3 Foxy, 3 Ogre, and then I guess you can count Teleport as the other one. 12 starters, 87% chance to draw one of these to do a turn skip combo, so that's why I just play all of them. These are only 2 bricks. You play this guy, so in case you only draw the Foxy or only Teleport, it's still a 1 card turn skip or mill 9. So that was good. My THERION ratio is pretty small. I played 3 Lily, 1 King, 1 Bull, and 1 of the Fish. I don't play the Duke because he can be a brick, and also like the main problem with this deck is that everyone complained about it is you just open too many and you need to get them out of your hand. So I play as little as possible and more just like engine cards, and then if I just see 1 and mill like 1 out of 9, or if I just draw like 2 of these, and I'm good. Like I can get that game going, and these cards are just so good. Like this doesn't negate activation, negates effects, so it beats Branded Fusion on Branded Loss. It's just crazy. So, but you didn't need anything else. It worked out for me. Jet, because it does your turn skip. Help should be banned. 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Veiler, and 3 Imperm. So, Punk Synchro is crazy. I can't beat that deck without more hand traps, and so if I just draw Nib with any of these, like most decks just get wrecked, and then I have a bunch of 1-card combos in my deck that can just let me play. And Nib comes up a lot when you have the field spell. So when you Nib them, you summon in an attack, and if you have the THERION field spell, you crash your Nib in, dump a THERION, and then get your whole THERION engines live. So Nib was crazy today. 3 of the field spell. This is like the entire deck. It's 3 points of like just card advantage. Searches you when you activate it. If you crash stuff, it lets you dump. And when anything dies in battle, you get to add 1 back. So like, if this just stays on the board in that game, you're probably just winning. Like this card's insane. 3 of the Foolish. You always want to mill it off a ruler, or if you open it, you pitch it with Foxy Tune, and then if you mill a dude, then you get to add it back to your hand. And this gives you your grind game, especially because the field spell can dump this too. So this is like your grind game and like how you get to like beat them past turn 1. And then the last card was Call By, which made it 40. Little tokens. I see you, Micah. You should have came to the event. 1 Rising Carp. That's it works with a shark guy. That's what gives you be able to do like the 1-card play. Formula is how you're doing the hot red. Just drawing a card off this and drawing 1 of your 12 hand traps is crazy too. Ruler is like the whole deck, makes the punks crazy. Hot red is part of your turn skip. So when you set up the turn skip, you have a free negate, then you get a draw, and then you skip their turn. And if you have any THERION engine going, they just die because it's a 4K beater and your THERION stuff. Like they just can't win. Baron, because 2 of them are level 7, the THERIONs, and you have like all your level 3 tuners. Or if you just can make Hulk in this, there's a lot of times, or just Regulus and Hulk. You summon this, draw a card after you use like your Regulus negate or have this stuck on board, and then you make Baron on their turn, which won a lot of games. Amazing Dragon, it's just good to bounce to go for game, and if you don't win that turn, it summons a punk on your next turn, just once per turn. So they don't get rid of this, it's also just game. This is how you always beat Despia. You let them burn you to death, or if you just get super low, summon this, they can't out it, and you just win the game. The turn skip guy. Turn skip. No, don't play no cards. I don't care about Sightlog. Just stop touching stuff. That's what this guy does. It's just so crazy. The zombie vampire. I almost never make this because I think it's really bad to mill for your opponent. But there's just certain little hands where like you need to mill a THERION or need to mill like a tuner to get a Dark in the Grave to do the turn skip. But I almost never summoned them. And this is the card that most people play Hope Harbinger over, but I actually play Felgrand.
Are you going old school?
Old school, yeah. Most people did not know what this card was, and I'm like, damn, my back hurts. Yeah, like that's crazy. So I play this over Harbinger because when you're blind making a rank 8, like if you just have like a weird Therion hand, this will always stop something in almost every matchup. Where Harbinger, you could just make it and then they just summon a bunch of 10Es and you look stupid. So
yeah.
I like this. And also when you summon a ruler back and overlay under him, you get to save him and use it on their turn. Or you can make him first, detach the ruler, negate something, and then summon back your ruler that turn. So it just helps you like kind of like extend / save your ruler too. And then Zeus, I never made it, but it comes up sometimes. Anima for when you draw Jet. Shout out to Lex, he told me to play this. And it actually came up a few times where you just need, like you draw that Jet, you need to get Therions out of your hand. Do this, it gives you a 1-card help. And sometimes people put them in 2 and 4, man, and you just get to eat a free guy or get a free negate. For real, like don't put stuff in 2 and 4, you'll just get eaten. Like it's crazy. This card should also be banned. Celine into access code. That's the 15. And then side, 3 broken collector. This is why I don't play Sword Soul, because I fucking hate this card. This card's whack, but it's also broken. 2 Droll. I kind of was back and forth between 3 of that or 3 of this, so I just did 2 and 2. Droll, if a lot of people scoop because they can't play cards because you have the turn skip, so you don't know what they're playing, so I always put this in because it's decent against almost everything, or like broken against it. Galaxy Cycle. This is also an old OG
I know
card.
that card.
Yeah. No, again, all the young kids are like, what does that do? I always side that in going first for mine, and it came up against a striker mine guy. 3 Twin. This is actually my side for Despia. I don't like siding like other hand traps. Sometimes I side Droll, but you side this because you're okay with 1 Mirror Jade banish, but what is gonna kill you is them summoning back Mirror Jade and what is it, Chimera? Yeah, blowing up your board. So you just do this in standby, and you only have to deal with 1 banish now, which is like way more easier to manage. Red Reboot. I mean, that card's crazy. 2 Barrier to just whenever I go first. Like most decks, my side is always going to be something like this, and I side this guy. You side this in whenever you go first, because if you draw it, mill it, or search it, it helps you play around Dark Rule or Droplet, because you can set it, or if it's in your graveyard, during either player's main phase, you banish it, target a Therion you have on board and 1 engrave, and you equip the 1 engrave to the 1 on board. The only reason that's really relevant is because it's purple, so when they go Dark Rule or Droplet, you chain this, and then you can chain your Hot Red, negate their like whatever spell, and then you skip their turn after because it's main phase.
Jesus.
So yeah, this was always like my side against like this always came in no matter what, and then depending on the matchup is when these came in going first. And yeah, that's the deck. 40 cards. Stop playing 45, 48. That shit sucks.
How many people did you turn skip?
It only happened like 2 or 3 times again. Like today, like it's just there's a lot of hand traps out there right now.
Yeah.
Going second. I actually turned skip someone going second.
Wow.
Because I was able to just make do like a Hulk combo with the ruler. You make Hot Red with either your Veiler or your Jet. Attack over someone with Hot Red, effect summon back your tuner, and then you have Hot Red, the Hulk, and the tuner you summon off Hot Red, and you skip their turn on their turn. So, yeah, that was the deck.
All right, awesome, man. Well, deck's crazy. Congratulations on top 64.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
For the deck, bro.